Gamage says elves are dumb. I wanted it recorded for the world.
Yeah, we hadn't hit record yet, but I was complaining about Dragon Age and why I don't like it because I tried. I beat Origins and I played Inquisition a couple of times, but like I don't know. And then I think I said maybe it's because I don't like BioWare because I also don't like Mass Effect, even though I should like Mass Effect because it ticks all of the boxes for me: space wizards, sex scenes, romance. Just a whole different like branching of story, create your own character. I just don't like it. I don't know why. I bought it like 3 times. I think the only thing from BioWare I like was Anthem, and well, we all saw how that panned out. I still like it, but the game is being shut down officially at the end of January.
Yeah,
that sucks.
It's on its deathbed.
It's final death now. And then I ultimately said maybe it's because I hate elves. Because I do. Elves and dwarves are stupid.
I don't think there's elves in Mass Effect, though. So I think you just don't like BioWare, which I think is fair.
The Asani girl, the blue one, she's kind of a space elf.
You're like, it's close enough that I don't approve.
I'm just looking for a race to hate.
At least you picked one that you're not going to run into in real life.
Because I also don't like Lord of the Rings very much. I don't know what my problem is, because I should like fantasy stuff.
Do you think it's the like contrarian that lives in you, or your
Maybe?
desire for like a more of a cyberpunk? Well, no, that doesn't. No, because that doesn't exactly. I don't know. I do feel like you play more
I thought about
of
it
that
too.
style game.
I do like modern / like sci-fi stuff more. Like sci-fi or fantasy in the modern world, I think I like more. Like magic in the modern world. But I also like futuristic stuff too. I love spacefaring stuff.
That's I think the deal though, is
stuff,
it's like modern or future, but is oh my god, Expedition 33? I guess that's like futuristic like past.
Bro, I have no idea.
Well, I was just trying to think of like what time era that sits in, and I'm like, I feel like it pretends to sit in the past, but it has so much like fantasy and futurism in it but it's fantasy future.
I think it's closer to like fantasy / maybe steampunky.
Yeah.
Expedition 33, maybe not the best example because like I do love Expedition 33, but like it's not the top of my list as far as like settings go.
Yeah.
Like
fair enough.
I'm a big Final Fantasy guy, and a lot of that is like kind of diesel punk or almost cyberpunk. Like Final Fantasy VIII had like a really cool like you even got to go into space and there was like technology and shit. I love that.
Maybe that's your vibe. You just like more future-y things.
But like also kind of more modern because again, I did not like Mass Effect and I don't know why. I also don't like Halo. Maybe I am a contrarian.
Perhaps. You're just like, you like it? No, just can't do it.
I just don't know what it is because like I like cool shit. I also like dumb shit too. Like I'm not going to be here being like, I have good taste. Everything I like is really good. Because I'm like, I also like a lot of fucking garbage shit that I understand that nobody else would like. But yeah, like there's just certain things that like, I don't know, like they are popular and like I'm like, oh, I don't know. And I got around to doing it and I'm like, nope. Mob Psycho is another one for me. I don't know if you've seen that anime, but that when it first came out, I watched the first 6 episodes as it was airing and I'm like, not for me. It's not for me. I didn't really get it.
Is that one popular?
Then it is hyper popular. Fucking I'm talking when it came out, I don't know how long ago that was, fact checker, maybe 5 years maybe, but like this year everybody will not shut up about it because like the final season aired and everybody's like, this is the best thing ever, 10 out of 10. And I was getting kind of bitter about it. I'm all like, this is not that good. And like the more I kept hearing how good it was, the more resistant I was. like I was like more, no, this is bad. And then I finally am like, okay, you know what? I watched 15 seasons of Supernatural. I can get through 3 seasons of Mob Psycho. So I got through it, and I came out being like, you know what? That was better than I thought it was. But I don't think it's like the 10 out of 10 that everybody says it is.
I feel like that's most things, though. Like, even if it's really good, so rarely does something live up to like the astronomical hype that it's receiving. But I do like when you go into something expecting it to be just kind of bullshit, and it's surprisingly good.
Yeah.
It's a nice surprise, not to be redundant.
Welcome to We Have That Podcast at Home, the only podcast that knows how to make pound cake. I'm on brand Gamage.
And I'm on brand Rachel, and each week we play Russian roulette with our success and spin a wheel to find out the genre of the next week's podcast. Last week, our spin landed on, oh my god, I forgot to even check. It landed on...
You know what we're doing. You could probably figure that out from
life.
Context clues. There you go. Yes.
You think I'm smart enough to figure things out from context clues? Who do you think I am?
I don't know.
A person with a brain cell? An adult with a job?
Before we begin anything, I did want to run a hypothetical with you.
Okay.
So I want you to close your eyes for a second.
Okay. They're closed.
I want you to pretend that you're in an open meadow and that you're staring down into a pond. Now I want you to ask why I'm not drowning you right now.
You're too far away.
I'm too far away from you to drown you?
Yeah, that's the only reason why you haven't drowned me yet, is it's inconvenient for you to make this drive.
And this distance gives you power?
I wouldn't say it gives me power, but it gives me the illusion of safety. You know?
So what we're doing is that we just did our whole fucking 2025 unloading last week. So...
And it was beautiful.
It's still technically not the new year for us, but we are still kind of at the end of the year, so we are still kind of have that mindset. We wanted to make bold predictions for 2026. We got together ideas and I think this. And they are a little on the generic side because we also have...
Long shots.
Long shots, thank you. I forgot what I was calling
long
them.
odds?
Long pull? No, that's my birthday. But yeah, long odds is definitely what it was. Where where we think, I think a disease is going to be cured, and then the long odd is I think it's cancer. Fun fact, right now in the news, Alzheimer's might have a cure, so that's out. That's out for 2026.
Yeah, you can't guess it.
Does not count.
It doesn't. You can't put that on your bingo card. That's cheap and easy.
Feel free to play along at home, make your own 2026 bingo cards, or listen to this and take some of these, because we got enough. I think that we could either keep all of these, and I might do that.
Card.
A super card. Or we can just take the standard 25/24, because one's a free space, and then make our own little bingo cards. I'm probably going to keep all this, though, because what are the odds that any of this is going to happen? I think 50-50.
No, I say we keep all of it, and maybe just the spaces that we fill in are different from each other's.
Yeah, and then we will come back at the end of the year or after the first episode of next year and be that's happened, that happened.
we come back next episode and we're all haggard. Holy fuck! The
oh my
entire
God.
list. Jesus. Some of these were had time constraints that were passed today. I don't know how this has happened.
A witch came in and told us the future.
I've seen 1,000 years all at once.
Thank you, fact checker. Mob Psycho came out in 2016. So that, almost 10 years ago. Damn. But anyway, I still thought it was just okay. Yeah.
Valid.
Now let's get into our bingo card. So I noticed that you have filled some of these out and not others.
I think I filled most of yours out.
You definitely...
There's, I think, a couple I forgot.
Yeah, because, you put down yours an hour ago.
Yeah, I did it at some point today.
So I didn't fill those out.
That's okay. You do things on the fly.
We do have a bunch, so let's jump into it.
Yeah. Do you want to go flip-flop between ours?
Yeah. What? Or I'll do the first one, and you do the second one.
Yeah,
and
that's what I meant.
From the top down. Or did you want to do yours too?
Oh, no, we could do it that way. That works.
I don't care.
Yeah.
My first prediction for 2026 is going to be, I think that Taylor Swift and Charlie XCX feud is going to blow up further and other artists take sides. Right now it's kind of lukewarm. Taylor Swift has just kind of released a diss track against Charlie for no real reason, just because she can, because she's kind of narcissistic. I'm not a Swiftie anymore. I'm taking Charlie's side, but I do think that it's going to escalate a little bit further. Like maybe Charlie's going to come out and be like, no, Taylor Swift is bad for doing this, and that it's going to, this. Or Taylor Swift is going to be ignored and then further escalate it that way. My long odds, though, is that Charlie is going to be the bigger person out of this and just like not respond at all.
I think those are good long odds.
I think she already did a thing where like she just posted a picture of the studio and then she's just like, my response, like, but that's like a reference to Drake and Kendrick Lamar's beef. Like, that's what one of them did. So, like, I think that's just referencing that. I don't know if she's actually going to do a diss track or not.
How funny would
I kind of hope she doesn't, because I think that's just a little shitty.
I think it would be even funnier if she posted that photo of the studio as if she is going to come up with a diss track. And then when people ask her about it, she's just like, wait, what are you talking about? And just pretends like it never happened. Like it means nothing to her. And Taylor's over there fuming. Would be so good.
Because again, if you listen to the Charlie XCX, I don't know why I'm getting this heated into it, but if you listen to Sympathy's a Knife, it's kind of not about Taylor Swift at all, even a little bit. So why Taylor Swift heard that and decided to go on like this big fucking fuck you Coke Barbie thing. It kind of just feels like narcissism.
Yeah, self-absorption's a crazy roller coaster to be on. My long shot for this is that Taylor at some point during this process is going to very publicly call Charlie XCX an anti-feminist.
Ooh, that's that. I feel like if
this
does
likely.
Escalate, it's very likely.
I think it's like odds if this escalates, I feel like the odds are like a 10-1 sort of scenario where it's like, no, it for sure is going to happen. Our next prediction is going to be Trump outlaws a concept, as in something tangible like cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because I made this one, but I was just like, I changed what my long odds were a couple times. I put down it's fake news. Like, he's going to outlaw fake news. Like, CNN can't do things anymore because it's fake news, and I illegalize that.
I thought what you meant when you put it's fake news was that your long odds were this is going to get become a really popular of a rumor, but it's actually shockingly something that he didn't do. I was like, bold move, bold statement.
I think my original long odds, which I still am going to put down, is that he's going to try to, because fake news kind of fits into it, is he's going to outlaw specific languages. Like he's gonna like ban the use of boomer in schools or some shit.
Oh, absolutely. They're already
like a language.
Oh, there's something I'm not. Can you take this out? Because there was something that I don't want to like misquote, but there's some sort of program where they're banning the use of women in black in like the description of how to like give out the benefits of this program, specifically so that those people don't get the benefits of this program anymore.
Yes, I will remove this from the podcast.
You're an asshole.
No, yeah, they totally I mean, like, they totally like banned affirmative action, or not banned it, but they like dismantled it. They're like, this isn't a thing anymore, and it's just like, cool. So 1950s it is. I don't think you're misquoting it at all. I think that's
I just don't remember
like maybe some of the details.
Yeah, I just don't remember what the program is, but it was like those two words with the explicit sort of execution that it is going to fuck over those two categories of people.
I'm pretty sure it was just affirmative action. They got rid of it because affirmative action, it was a tangible like program in the government, if I recall. See, now I'm fucking it up. Fact checker, remove this from the podcast.
Fact checker, erase this from the tapes. There can be no recording. I think Trump is going to oh my god, I just had it on the tip of my tongue.
Trump?
Yeah, he was on the tip of my tongue.
Fucking gross.
We went back to Epstein's Island together.
Were you 12 at the time?
Yeah, exactly.
That's enough jokes. Come on.
Yeah, I was like, and
spit it out.
None of them were funny. I don't know why when I saw this, my thing is Trump is going to outlaw Minecraft. I don't know how it's going to happen, I don't know when it's going to happen, and I don't know why it's going to happen. But I feel like he's somehow, because the Minecraft movie just came out, there's supposed to be a second one coming out. Somehow he's just going to have beef with it, where he's like, no, the kids can't have this anymore. Someone will build like a Trump statue inside of Minecraft. Oh, look, and Fact Checker said he just posted a Minecraft of himself. What does that mean? Like a character in Minecraft? If he's playing it at all, he is going to get mad about it.
He'll get griefed. He'll get fucking... I don't know who it was. I'm pretty sure it was Joe Biden, but he burned down my house and stole all of my pork and my iron.
And he took my diamonds, which I totally got the legit way. I didn't use it on creative mode. Those were my diamonds. Like, that shit's gonna happen. Minecraft. That's my long shot.
Outlaw Minecraft. That's your long... Those are long odds.
Yeah, they're long odds, but by golly, if it fucking happens, it's gonna be hilarious.
All right, next one is... my prediction is that A Parade of Horribles, Dungeon Crawler Carl, Book 8, is good, but not as good as the last book or few. I mean, taste is kind of subjective, but I think that it's not going to be in my top 3. And I have reasons. I feel like a lot of the big arcs that we've been reading about were kind of mostly tied up in 7. And I think that the next big one will be book 9. Okay. Without spoiling anything.
I think my long shot is going to be that it continues to follow the trend of topping the previous ones, and it's going to top all prior 7.
I see, maybe before 7, but 7 was just such a fucking highlight for me.
I'm like 4 hours from being done with 7, and it is so very good.
I'm on my 4th reread of 7, and Brittany got me book 7 for Christmas. It's my first book of the series that I physically owned.
Isn't it so pretty?
It's so pretty.
The cover art for these books is so fucking phenomenally done. The
hardcover, by the way, there is a paperback, and those are impossible. They're hundreds of dollars. They're
those are the cartoon style ones, or not cartoon, but animated
those
ones. No, yeah. I like them too, but I'm like hyped that they got somebody to do like a different style of the hardcovers because it's really fucking cool. I think my favorite quote of Dungeon Crawler Carl, the 7th one, and this doesn't give anything away really, but it's something like, blood is so much more red when it comes from the people you love. I was like, ooh, it's such a good quote.
I mean, I have a lot of awesome quotes that I love. I have a lot of moments, a lot of just descriptions, like a lot of like sentences that are like, it's not really a quote. It's just kind of like describing a scene that you feel in your bones.
Yeah.
And
I
love the book series, and I'm sure I'm gonna love 8, but I don't know if it's gonna just do the same thing that book 7 did to me.
No, that's reasonable. I mean, something has to plateau at some point. Like, it can't be all up constantly.
Well, because like I feel like they paid a lot off in this book, and now they're gonna have to build up more for book 9.
Yeah,
because
I think that makes sense. I think that's a reasonable assessment, but I'm gonna do long odds that it tops all previous 7. I have faith.
I mean, yeah, you're an optimist, and I like that. Let's do that.
Okay. Our next one is Final Fantasy Remake Part 3 is announced for a 2027 release to line up with the 30th year anniversary.
That was supposed to be Final Fantasy 7. That's on me.
Sorry, Final Fantasy 7 Remake Part 3 is announced for a 2027 release to line up with the 30th anniversary.
Yes, this is my prediction, and my long odds, which probably aren't even that long, is that it's going to have some sort of food/drink collab. Final Fantasy in recent years has been like loving the cup noodles things, or like DoorDash, or was it GitHub, Grubhub? I don't remember, but it's got a lot of fingers and a lot of pies. Final Fantasy themed pies.
Okay. My long odds, which aren't very long odds, they're probably shorter than a grain of rice. Gamage will take the release day off of work to play the game, if not multiple days.
I don't think that will happen.
Really?
I don't really call off work anymore.
Oh, all right. Well, those are my long odds. They might not pay off.
My next prediction, and this one's kind of a funny one because kind of believable slash hopeful, is I bet that a billionaire is gonna die and it will be big news. Now that's not that big, but my long odds are kind of two-parter. It's either gonna be some crazy antics like trying to visit the Titanic, or straight up revolution, and somebody decides to just shoot up another fucking CEO because of healthcare.
And my long odds, which really aren't long odds, based off of what's statistically been going on every summer, is that it's going to happen during summer.
I feel like revolutions are more likely to happen in winter.
You think
When
so?
it's
People are just
cold,
like
when you're
cold
like,
and fed up.
well, because I mean, like people are sadder in the winter because it is darker and it is colder, so you're more likely to be fed up with shit.
And if you follow that quote, it's always darkest before the dawn. If you start working on revolution now, that means it will be completed by spring, because that's the dawn of seasons.
Sure.
Big-ish music artist slash band breaks up and or retires.
Yeah, this is one of mine too. Something like Red Hot Chili Peppers breaking up. I mean, Flea's already doing his own solo shit. But my long odds were allegations like Epstein ties or something along the lines of Uncle Touchy's Naked Puzzle Basement. Something like that, where it's just like, oh, a child is involved. That's a no-no.
I was going to guess that Brendan Urie ends Panic at the Disco, and then I Googled it, and he already did that. So I don't have long odds for this, really. Because mine were already debunked.
You could say OD.
Say what? I don't want him to OD. That's fucked up.
I mean, not a specific band. You're just saying that like a band breaks up because of an
Oh,
OD.
because of an OD. Sorry, I thought you said Brendan Urie ODs, and I was like, what the fuck,
No,
Gambit?
Also, I don't like Panic at
ass.
the Disco, so I kind of don't care. Only one person here's riding his dick, and
I want to go with a band breaks up because one of them becomes gay and decides they don't want to do this anymore.
ooh, I like that. Or the reverse is that they're like they were gay and then they go through conversion and then they're like
they're straight and they're Christian now and they're like, I'm out.
it has to be a big-ish music artist. Like
Yeah, it can't just be like any band that exists in the world. I could stack these odds.
Because they're already on the chopping block, like as of January 1st. Like somebody out there is going to OD. Like that's stupid.
Yeah, that
I
one's
bet
too
somebody's
easy.
gonna die in a car accident. Like, yeah.
Yep.
Good
easy.
job.
Done. All right, probably happens the first minute of the year.
This year, Spider-Man Noir, starring Nicolas Cage, is set to come out in blah blah blah. I think summer by Amazon. But I can't believe it exists. I think it's gonna bomb. Is my prediction. My long odds is that they try to make it too serious and not embrace the goofy nature that is Spider-Man. Mentions the Spider-Verse once, like I've met others or some shit like that, because it's riding on those coattails after all.
Yeah.
Some of these are fucking random, by the way. I
know.
I was in a cocaine-fueled fucking Spider-Man Noir comes out this year.
Fuck this shit. It's gonna go wrong.
I want it to be good, but...
Okay, my prediction for Spider-Man Noir is that the Rubik's Cube is seen in at least 4 episodes.
Dude, that's probably going to be the Spider-Verse nod.
Yeah, 100%.
If we're being honest.
No, it absolutely is. I don't know if he'll even say anything. He'll just have this fucking colorful Rubik's Cube. But my prediction is it'll appear 4 times.
Yeah, because
like,
if I recall,
mostly in the background.
If I recall, the show's set like kind of like with a Sin City kind of style, where it's just like kind of like the black and white kind of contrast, where everything's kind of like washed out and broad.
Yeah, I would think so.
I don't know what I'm trying to say.
No, I get what you mean. Who typed in my response of Minecraft the first time?
I did, because you weren't doing it, and then I gave up.
Well, you told me not to touch my keyboard. If you're fine with that, I will write them in while I'm not talking.
Yes, please, by all means, because
Okay.
that's what I do too. No pressure, but watching you type is like it's like watching a high schooler fucking try to text.
Derp around. But sometimes I'll watch people at work type, and I'm like, oh my God, could you please get it together? Chappell Roan releases 1 single and announces a 2028 album.
Yeah, this is another one of mine. Because this year, like 2025, was kind of there's only two songs, and one of those, no, both of those were like already kind of like in the works, so we kind of knew things about it. Right now, we don't know what's in the works, so I think we're gonna get one single in like the second half of the year, and then she's gonna announce, because she said that she's not working on an album at all, period, and that maybe not till 2030. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be a 2028 album, and that the single she releases is going to be high energy, at least compared to the last few, or even city pop. Because I read somewhere that like a lot of predictions is that city pop is going to go through like a revival, which is silly because Doja Cat already did a whole city pop album. We listened to it, we loved it, very city pop, but maybe I wouldn't mind more city pop stuff.
All right. My long shot for Chappell Roan is that she's going to do less than 8 shows in the year.
Those are some fucking long odds. Isn't she on tour now? You could probably look it up right now and see. No, she's got like 100 planned.
Yeah, 1,000 for 2026. Yeah, I mean, you're probably right, but that's what I had in my brain, so I'm sticking to it. The honesty.
Yeah, maybe she
system.
gets sick. Yeah, maybe you're voicing out. You're actualizing her getting ill.
Yep, it's my favorite thing to do.
It's Rachel's fault if anything happens. You heard it here first.
That's why I didn't want to do any that were like a famous actress dies or famous actor, because I was like, oh my god, what if it happens?
I also didn't want to be too generic about it too. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, an actor dies. Like, yeah, several of them are gonna die. That's just that's life, baby.
Yep.
All right, my next prediction is that Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse is going to get pushed back again, and my long odds are at least holiday 2027 or early 2028. This movie was supposed to come out like 6 months after the last one, and like I remember watching it going, no fucking way, and turns out, yeah.
Thank God it didn't, though. I would have been so sad if it came out 6 months after the one before it. They would have had to rush that shit so hard.
Yeah, because I remember in interviews, like, all the voice actors were like, I haven't even started recording lines yet. And I'm like, this movie's set to come out in March. What are you doing?
The fuck? What do you mean?
Well, because apparently they had it all done, but I'm wondering now if there was, like, some rewrites or some shit.
Perhaps.
And, like, they had to redo some things.
Oh, this is my long shot, and I really don't want it to be true, but my prediction is it's going to come out on time, and it's not going to be it's not going to be as good as the previous two.
I mean, that's my worry too, because especially like the first movie is a perfect movie. Like, Spider-Man fan or not, it did win an Oscar, but like the movie itself is like perfectly sequenced. It's what's the word I'm looking for?
Perfectly formed, planned, sequenced is also a good one. I mean, it's well-rounded. Fact checker says timed.
It's very well-rounded. Very well timed. It's funny. It's dramatic. It's Spider-Man. It's multiple Spider-Man. It does everything well.
The music's great. The art styles are incredible.
The second one already had like some kinds of issues that were noticed. I love it. I do. But like I do acknowledge it. Like I would like a soundtrack that isn't just one guy.
Yeah, that was a bit of a bummer, especially after the first one being so wildly fucking good.
And then he was just in the movie like, I'm here. And it's just like, we know. You have a collab.
The best album of 2026 comes out in the first half of the year.
Yeah. I'm thinking this because I feel like that's kind of how the best albums work, is like they come out and then like you kind of marinate with it. And then when you look back on the year, you're like, no, this one stuck with me through thick and thin. Because that's how 2025 was. This is very Lady Gaga's Mayhem was just on it. But my long odds are first quarter. I'm talking in the next 2 months is when we're going to get the best album of the year.
Okay. And for the sake of not having the same answer on the board, my long odds are going to be the second half of the year. And if we're doing quarters, the last 3 months.
That's wild.
So October, November, December, I think there's going to be like an underdog that comes out that's like fucking mind blowing.
I mean, yeah, I'm here for it. The next one, I didn't mean to get all the Marvel ones. It's like it just kind of Yeah, it just kind of landed that way, but I'm reading them in order. My next prediction is that Avengers Doomsday is the plot is going to be that Doctor Doom tries to kill off the multiverse, which is in the comics in Secret Wars 2, I think is what it is. My long odds is that he's going to kill a Watcher. I don't know anything about the movie other than all of the old Avengers are going to be in it because things have been kind of not working. But yeah, is that he kills a Watcher. For those who don't know, Watchers are like these big-headed aliens that are always in the background watching the events transpire. And occasionally, Uatu, the Watcher on the main Earth, I'm alienating the shit out of people right now. But Uatu always is like, I don't interfere, but this time I will. He does it all the fucking time, like more often than not. But I'm gonna guess that kind of happens and then he kills him, and that it's gonna be a big plot point to the movie.
My long odds for this is that his character is going to be acted pretty much just like Iron Man, and so it's just going to be Robert Downey Jr. again. And
I
it's going to
hope
be a little weird.
I hope you're wrong because
I do
Doctor
too.
Doom is so fun of a character. He's just fucking maniacal. Like I remember somebody asking the other day, like, what's Doctor Doom's actual power set? And everybody's just like, basically, he's the best at everything. He learned magic. He's a genius. He has his own iron suit. He's really strong. He's really
Wait,
smart.
I'm sorry. He has what?
He's good at everything.
His own iron suit?
Yeah.
Poor start. Poor start, Gamage. Good at everything?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, so far, just like Iron Man.
No. Well, okay, Rachel. Fucking, Doctor Doom's just like Iron Man because his suit can fly and stuff. And it's just like, that just tells me you don't know what you're talking about.
No, 100%. I'm just being an ass because my prediction is that he's just like Iron Man. Just because you have an iron suit and are good at things does not mean he's the same character. My thing is more of how he acts it.
And I feel like that's a good prediction, but I do hope it's wrong because Dr. Doom, Victor Von Doom, is such a zany character that like it would be wasted if we're just doing like a washed up like Iron Man, like I didn't protect my world the way I wanted kind of. I feel like it'd be a waste of a character.
Yeah, that's valid. I hope it's wrong just because I want I liked Robert Downey Jr. and I don't want it to be bad acting.
No, it'll be great acting. I'm sure it will. But like Doctor Doom's whole thing is that he is better at everything than everyone, and that his biggest weakness is his fucking ego. The fact that he has to compete with Reed Richards all the time is like the biggest downfall for him. Like every time Spider-Man fights like Venom, like he ends up using the sonar to kind of stop him. It's just like that. Like you use his ego against him, and I feel like that's gonna be a big thing.
Okay. Next up on our list, U.S. goes to war.
This is a big one. I hope it's not gonna happen, but like we keep making shit up with Venezuela, so I mean it's not a 0%, and that is kind of scary. My long odds is that nobody's going to want to actually do this, so Trump is going to enact a draft. We'll see.
No, I think that's probably a good shot. My long odds for this is it's going to be on the in the Western Hemisphere.
Like it's going to be kind of contained to our collection of continents. Like either Canada or Mexico, Venezuela, one of those.
Yeah, one of them's.
Greenland even. Like he's talked about it a couple times. Well, look, Trump could not fight anybody else. I'm not saying he has a shot against Canada, Venezuela, and or Greenland. He doesn't. But, like, he knows better than to be like, I'm going to invade the UK. Like, no, you're not.
No false, sir. You silly, silly Billy.
Beyonce is going to attempt a new genre because she already did that with country and won, like, Best Country Album. It was very surprising, but she did it. So my prediction is that she's going to attempt a even new genre, like either rock or metal or even city pop. Again, city pop is making a big revival, so we'll see. And my long odds is that it's going to be like 90% collab. So like, you know, she does metal featuring her, Bring Me the Horizon. So it's not going to sound awful.
I think that's
weird. The long odds. It's weird that my long odds are like, it's not going to suck.
Yeah.
It still might suck.
Odd. I think it's going to suck.
Well, because I don't like Beyonce, but like if I'm gonna be honest, I'm like the furthest from Beyonce's demographic on every level. Um, like she's not making music for me, but like I don't know. I never really liked any of Beyonce's music. I think there's a couple that I was like, oh, that one's kind of good, but like ultimately, bleh, she's never really made my playlists.
Yeah, fair enough. I had a really similar one before I read your list of a major artist, so it can be or not be Beyonce, collaborates with another artist whose genre makes absolutely no sense with the original artist's genre. So I guess my long shot for yours is that it actually fucking slaps and ends up creating a new subgenre of music.
That's gonna happen anyway, though. Like we don't even need to predict that. Like we'll just like wait till the end of the year, you'll see it
Yeah, I guess it's fair.
because it's already happened so many times. Like it happened this year too, and
Yeah, no,
it's
I
just
just mean
gonna,
with this specific, it's these two artists collaborating that creates the subgenre.
yeah. I mean, like 2025, there was Dragonette and the Knox. I'm a longtime Dragonette fan, but last time I listened to Dragonette, they were a band. It wasn't just a solo artist. But then Dragonette, as the lead singer, is still making music, and she did a whole album with the Knox, and it turned out to be really good, like kind of indie pop, which is not what they were really known for originally, and I thought it was good. So yeah, that's just music. It's gonna happen again.
Fair enough. In this case, well, yeah, okay, that's fair. Someone will attempt to have a baby with their AI spouse.
Yes, I wrote this one down. I stand by it. I think that because right now people are kind of already marrying AI or like getting into the deep relationships, and I
I
think
thought
it's
you were
just
about to
gonna.
say getting a divorce. I was like, damn, happens so fast.
But I do think that this is gonna dredge up the debate over cloning of like people being like, I could just clone myself, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's gonna get dredged up and maybe looked over again, even a little bit. But that's my long odd.
So I had a slightly different long odd of like, if you edited this to has their AI raised their child? But I guess that's kind of just what people do now when they iPad baby their kids.
That's a little different. That's just being negligent. But like making an AI a parent, that's
Yeah.
different.
Well, that's my long shot is that it's like, and so not necessarily they don't need to have a baby with their AI, but it's like they have
Which is
decided
wild.
that this is an acceptable outlet for raising their child.
Well, because like a lot of people, they kind of like live in this like, oh, I'm never gonna get a partner, so I'm just gonna marry my AI because the AI gets me. Eventually down the road, they're gonna be like, well, I want a child. Why can't I have a child too? That's
Yeah. No, I get you. I
that's
get where yours is coming from.
those are real conversations that are gonna happen. And then because they're already in this mindset, they're gonna try to get a child, and then they're definitely gonna pawn it off on their AI. Like, AI, what should I feed my baby? Next prediction is I kind of hope that The Simpsons finally announces a finale. This show has been going on
For so
long, Rachel.
I've had multiple thoughts recently where I'm like, is it still funny?
I
Like, how can
I
you?
I'm
I
not
get that it's
watching newer
based off
stuff.
of like current events and things, because that's how South Park rolls too. But I'm like,
Yeah, but South Park
a
takes
lot of the
breaks and has like a few episodes a season too.
yeah. Well, and a lot of the there's like long time gimmicks that obviously like some of them they've dropped and things, but it's like, how long can you keep so many of these going before they're just old and tired?
Well, I know that there's a big controversy around some of the voice actors. I know that Apu has changed because his voice became problematic because it was because it was a white guy doing an Indian accent. So like they changed that, and I don't watch it anymore, so I don't have an opinion. But there's mixed feelings about it. And then also I know that Marge's voice actor is her voice. She's been doing that raspy voice for like fucking 40 years
She
now.
can't
Like,
stop it now.
yeah, and she's kind of going through some stuff too. So like, at what point do you recast or retire? And I feel like we're gonna get an earlier than the contracted 2029 because they're renewed all the way up through 2029 and then they renew again. That's just how that's how show works. But I feel like it's gonna be announced earlier than that because of a death, like a big death, like a death of like, somebody who does like 80% of the voice cast. So they're like, oh,
Like, oops, you're all dead now. I thought when you put contract ends in 2029 was that they were like truly going to be done with it in 2029. So I put alternatively, they announced that they're extending past 2029, which could happen.
they're very short odds, very short odds. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
One can only hope that they eventually,
Yeah.
in the near future, decide to be done. Trump has a Mitch McConnell moment where he visibly spaces out on live TV, and I'd like to interject here, is this not already happening?
I mean a big one, because like it is already kind of happening where he spaces out, but we're gonna get a big one where he's just like talking, then mid sentence just like stares off at the Reaper at the end of the hallway, staring back at him. Like we're gonna get something like that where we're like, oh
Okay.
shit, it's happening.
Okay, what are your
My
long odds?
My long odds are that it's a stroke. Can't eat McDonald's every day, big guy.
My long odds are that there's this really long pause, but he actually just forgot what he wanted to say and switches to a wildly off-topic, different topic, and it'll happen mid-sentence. So he'll be like, and then I was walking to the...
Bitch, turn the TV on. That's happening right now.
I'd like a peanut butter jelly. Like that's the level of disconnected I hope it is.
I like to wait on that too.
Thanks.
Next prediction is that Insomniac's Spider-Man 3, God, all the Marvel ones are me. It's just happened. The Spider-Man 3 game for PlayStation shows Peter, Miles, and Cindy as characters, like all playable characters. My long odds are is that the anti-venom suit, a lot of people are going to be like, I don't know what you're talking about, and they're checking out. That's fine. Sorry, Mom. My long odds are is that Peter's anti-venom suit ran out or some shit, and that also Miles goes back to his old suit because his new suit sucked, or has like a new one with like a hood that isn't the garbage one we got in the last game.
My long shot for this trailer is that we all learn who Cindy is.
We know who Cindy is.
Some of us don't.
You don't.
I don't. I absolutely don't. That would be the sum that is us.
Yeah. This is clearly a panic, like, write this down as I'm reading this one.
No. I wrote that down earlier. That's one that I thought about the answer for.
All right. It's Silk, by the way. It's at Silk.
Oh, okay. I like the pause that you put between being like, all right. No, I have to tell her. Some huge musician will use AI and we'll see a major shift in opinion.
I mean, we're already kind of going through this, but like I'm thinking somebody big. My long odds are Drake because why not? But like they're gonna like use AI, and that the divide of like AI versus anti-AI is gonna like be even bigger, and people are gonna swap. Where people were like very anti-AI before, but they're pro Drake, are gonna be like, well, maybe, and we're gonna see more of that. Maybe old people on Facebook will actually give a shit and stop posting AI stuff or sending us AI shit, or maybe stop gifting us AI shit for Christmas. I've got people in mind. Fucking stop. I don't want to name names.
Have you had time to get off your soapbox?
This is a big soapbox. You should be up here too, bitch.
Look, I was just asking if you had time to safely get down off of it before we moved on. I didn't say it wasn't justified. My long odds are I agree that it's going to be Drake, and I think people are going to dislike him even more. Like, I think the opinion shift will be from, like, this split parties to just most people are like, nah, fuck that guy.
I'm not saying that you have to, like, separate the art from the artist and blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, kind of do what you want, but there are people out there who, like, genuinely don't care. Like, they're like, I don't care. I like the music. Like, Chris Brown still fucking has a huge audience, and it's not going to stop.
I like what Fact Checker said. She said it's going to be like what people did with auto-tune, which I think is valid.
I think I think there's a big difference between, because even like when auto-tune came out, a lot of people like harped on it, but it's just like, that's not AI, because you're still creating art. But AI is legitimately just something else entirely.
Yeah, also, I mean, I get what you're saying.
Link mixed with Iron Man look? What's that in reference to?
the picture that's above it, or the GIF technically.
That's just Doctor Doom. That's not
I
Lincoln
know,
even a little bit.
but it does look like Link mixed with Iron Man. It's the
It just
green.
looks like Doctor Doom.
No, it's the green outfit with the
That's what
Doctor
Dr.
Doom
Doom
Iron
wears.
Man inside. Yes, we know autism. Thank you.
Doctor Doom pre-exists Link.
That's okay. Things can still look like things.
Link looks like Doctor Doom. That's what happened
Link
here.
and Iron Man look like Doctor Doom. Is that amenable for you?
Yeah, Fact Checker posted a picture of Doctor Doom. It's just Doctor Doom. He's got a green tunic.
Weirdly
like
enough,
how
it's
Doctor
not
Doom has.
Link and Iron Man's child. It's just Doctor Doom. They look very similar, though.
Next prediction is that there's a big science breakthrough. Obviously, it's going to happen. It's happening right now. My long odds, though, are that it's going to be dream mapping. We're finally going to be able to see what's happening in your dream.
How fucking cool would that be?
I feel like it's going to cause issues because a lot of the times people have a dream and you'll wake up and you'll be like, I fucking am so glad nobody knows shit about that.
Well, I mean, it's not gonna, this next year, it won't immediately get the ability to be like, fucking post your dreams every night on Facebook. That'll be years down the line.
You're right, but in the testing phase, they're like, we could map your dream. So go to sleep and we'll map your dream. And then that night they happen to dream of like crazy shit, and you're like, oh.
No, you're right. That's fair. That's reasonable.
Because you don't know what you're gonna dream about until after it happened.
Yeah. No, valid. My prediction for a big science breakthrough is a little bit of a different interpretation. I think the predominant population will start to believe that fossil fuels is bad for our atmosphere.
You think so? You think we're finally going to get there?
That's my prediction. That's my long shot, Gamage. Gamage, for 2026, I think that Trump is going to attempt to pardon himself.
He isn't already?
No, I don't think he's done this yet. But I don't think we're far off. Like, I'm lucky that this is coming out when there's only like a day left. Because otherwise, I'd be a bit worried that it's going to happen before the new year. My long shot odds, which I actually don't think are much of a long shot, is going to be that it is specifically related to the Epstein files.
I think my long odds is that he's just going to straight up declare immunity. Like, I'm immune to everything. You can't get me on anything.
Yeah, that's valid. It's probably going to, yeah. I feel like that's just going to supersede his pardon. He's like, I don't even know what that word means. It's too huge.
Next prediction that I totally wrote is the new release of Ice Age has a musical number in it. This is what you worked on?
Yeah. I love the disappointment in your voice.
I said
this is what you worked on?
I said the thing I said before actually reading it, so that's even funnier. No, we're clearly in Rachel's subcategory now, and I'm left a wanting.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, my long odds is that Manny the Mammoth gets AIDS
okay.
and dies.
All right.
I don't like Ice Age. I don't.
My long odds are that Queen Latifah will sing in Ice Age.
Well, those are long odds, all right.
Well, we'll see. Gamage definitely wrote this one too. The back-to-back releases of The Resurrection of Christ incite a lot of Christian rage. My long odds are that it is not rage at the misuse of the visage of Christ, but that it empowers people to be even shittier, more racist assholes in public.
Wait, the back-to-back release of Resurrection of the Christ? There's another Christ movie coming out?
Yeah, Mel Gibson's making like a part 1 and part 2, and it's getting released like the first one in the first half of the year and the second one in the latter half of the year. I don't fucking know why they're back-to-back releases, but...
Well, my long odds is that Jesus gets AIDS and dies.
Well, there's a theme. At least you worked on the first one, you know?
All right. My prediction is that the sales for the Switch 2 flop by comparison.
To the first Switch.
Yeah, because I mean, like,
fair.
Well, because I feel like the Switch was like a big thing and every household kind of had to have one. But like for me and everybody else I know, we're not getting a Switch 2 because we already got a Switch 1. Like, of course, they're making the new game that's like, oh, this is for Switch 2 only, like Kirby Air Raid. But like, I'm honestly like, oh, guess I won't play it then because I barely play my Switch now. Why don't you put some games on sale?
Again,
Why
I
don't
feel
you
like
do
we do
that?
this at least once a month. Where it's like,
Yeah,
why don't you have Nintendo games on sale? That's what I'm rioting about. I will kill
yeah.
billionaires over this. Full circle, 2-for-1 deal.
We talk about this more than there are Switches.
Yeah, pretty much. We talk about this more than they will sell Switch 2s.
My long odds are is that
Nintendo gets AIDS and dies.
no, Rachel, that's silly. That's stupid. No, that how would that happen?
Well, I don't know. The founder, Mr. Nintendo, gets AIDS and dies.
Jonathan Nintendo. AIDS and death aren't funny, Rachel. I'll have you know. I'm being serious when I do those. But no, I think that the Switch 2 will outsell the Switch 1 only by re-releasing Pokemon. Like,
Ooh, like the original ones?
yeah, because as it stands, you kind of can't get a lot of them. I know that they re-release them every now and then. I know that the Switch has like, if you get like you can play the classic games like on the Game Boy or Game Boy Advance. You can't play the Pokemon games through those though. But I'm gonna guess that Switch 2 is gonna get their sales from that alone.
Okay. That's a good guess, and way better than mine. I was going to say that my long shot is that Animal Crossing carries the revenue for the Switch 2.
Because I mean, it did for the first Switch, but it's only because like it had been a while since we had a good Animal Crossing game, and like that filled the void. Honestly, if the new Animal Crossing got announced tomorrow, I don't think I'd care that much. Unless they were in space, I'd fuck around with Animal Crossing in space.
That'd be
It's not
pretty
going to be in
sick.
space.
Hey, Nintendo.
Tom Nook tries to sell you a moon. Yeah.
It's just two ass cheeks pushed together. A major AAA game, specifically one that was announced to release in 2027, will be delayed only for the
2026?
final release to be buggy as shit and the storyline to suck ass.
Do you mean 2026 or 2027? A game that's supposed to be released 2026.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah, 2026. Sorry, not
Yeah,
2027.
you said 2027.
My bad. My long shot is that it's going to be Fable. Fable was announced a couple years ago. Fable is slated to release in 2027. I think it's going to get delayed because they haven't released a game for a while. And then I think the final release is going to fucking blow. And I'm really sad about it. But that's my long shot.
I'm going to disagree. I'm going to half agree. I feel like a lot of people are going to think that. But like, I feel like it's because they built up this expectation in their head that will not be delivered. Because to me, Fable has always been very kind of glitchy and cheesy. That's kind of the fun. That's kind of the allure. Like, it's going to be buggy as shit. And the story, look, Fable, not always the best story, okay? I played all of them. I love all of them, but like, it's not always great. But that's not why we love Fable. Like, we love Fable because of like, kind of how you play the game.
It's goofy.
Like all the branches and how goofy it is. Like that's what we're gonna get. That's what we're gonna play. And some people aren't gonna like that, but they're tourists anyway, and I don't give a fuck.
And you can get the fuck out.
Yeah, I think the major AAA game that will be delayed from 2026. I actually don't know what games come out 2026.
Yeah, I had to look some stuff up for this one. Grand Theft Auto is gonna come out.
I think that instead of this it's going to be kind of like we're going to get like, oh, we announced this game and it's really big and really and then all of a sudden, surprise, it's out later today. You could get it on the PlayStation Store or some shit, but not an indie game, like a big game.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
It's happened before. The new prediction is that the new Scrubs reboot actually slaps.
I love Scrubs. And my prediction is that they're going to do the tried and true bullshit, and JD and Elliot will have been divorced, and then they will get back together again, because that's the entirety of Scrubs.
You know what? I didn't know that you loved Scrubs so much, but like it kind of explains everything now.
Yeah, why I'm annoying?
Very. Cuz
Yeah.
look, I own all of the DVDs. I own all of them. It's one of the few like DVDs that I own is the entire box set for Scrub. But like I tried to go back and watch it and it didn't age well. It's kind of cringe
I have not
as
watched it as an adult, so
I mean, you acted as an adult every week and now like I
exactly.
said,
That's why I don't need to watch it.
this is
Just look
like
in a mirror.
if you look into somebody's inside out, like your inside out is just JD, like just daydreaming and getting bullied by a janitor.
Yeah, that may or may not exist.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's not gonna slap. I feel like it's gonna because look again the show didn't age well. I think it's gonna try to like, hey guys, we're still doing this stuff, and people are gonna be like me, where it's just like, I'm not 20 and drunk at 3 a.m. anymore. I don't think this is hitting the same. I feel like people are just gonna be like, no.
Fair enough. My prediction is that the final season of The Boys is coming out in 2026. That's not the prediction. My prediction is that it has overplayed itself and the ending ends up falling flat, with my long shot being that Homelander does not actually die.
That's a pretty accurate thing. Look, I love The Boys. The last season was great. I love Gen V, I think, more than The
Yeah,
Boys.
it's quite good.
Gen V is like made for me. It's delicious. Although the second season was like little weird just because there was a death and that was a big kind of fuck up. I mean, there's an IRL death. One of the actors died. I forget his name, but he's great. But
He
I
fucked
kind
up
of
and died.
yeah. I do feel like it's maybe not shit, but like it's gonna just kind of be underwhelming.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's
Uh,
not terrible. It's just like, bummer.
I feel like Homelander not actually dying is gonna be very much it. I think maybe to go further because like it feels like they're not gonna kill Homelander, but I feel like maybe if anything they like put him in prison or they take his powers away.
I think that's a good prediction.
Yeah,
Homelander
those are my long
power,
odds.
no.
Yeah, that's what I wrote. My long odds are is that Homelander loses his powers by the end, and then he's just put in prison, or they just knock him around a little bit. Prediction: Batman Part 2 release will get pushed back to 2027. Oh, this is the
The Robert Pattinson Batman.
yes, the Robert Pattinson Batman.
My long odds for this is that they're going to do this usual thing where it's going to end up being at least 3 movies, and the second one's kind of just okay filler that gets you to the third. It's just like limping you there. And the third one's going to be where he actually fights the Joker, and the second one is just going to have like a couple more like little tiny setup cameos. And no matter what, it will still be a decently good movie, but it's not like it doesn't necessarily rival the first one. And once the third one comes out, it's going to be like a non sequitur. It's just something you have to get through to get to the next one.
That's pretty sound. I like the guy that they picked to play the Joker. I always forget his name, but he's the guy with like the big nose who's in movies. He was in The Eternals. He dated Sabrina Carpenter. Like
Have you
that
seen
song.
Saltburn?
That song "Please Please Please" is about this guy. I forget his name. I have
Is it
not
really?
watched Saltburn. Yeah, actually, yes. And he started the music video too. That was like extra weird because the song's about like, please don't prove them right. Please don't be a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And she's like, I wrote the song about you. And he's like, can I be in the music video? And it's just like, yo.
Maybe he's just like really self aware and okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, it obviously didn't work out. But so he's playing the Joker, and my prediction, my long odds is that they actually just abandoned the Joker storyline altogether.
That was going to be my other option for this. Is that like the Joker's just not in it, like in none of them.
I feel like maybe because Netflix got WB, so shit, it might get moved around a little bit. But I feel like actually that might change it altogether too. I feel like either A, people kind of went, oh wait, the Joker's not that fun and interesting. Like he can be, but nobody's doing it. So like let's not do it. Like I feel like Netflix is gonna do that just because they want to do their own Joker that's different than the Joaquin Phoenix or the Batman one.
Yeah.
Like a twisted kind of Saw meets Joker.
Yeah. No, I think you're probably right. I feel like it's going to be that I want to be different, but it's just going to end up being a play on the ones that already exist anyway. I think that's a good prediction.
Yeah.
My next prediction is that Taiwan's going to be invaded by China, and no government. My long shot is that not a single government entity, like of the major government entities, will truly call them on it. I think Taiwan's just going to be left to fend for themselves.
Dude, absolutely. Because I mean, it's as it stands already is like saying Taiwan as a country is like already like bannable in most social media things that are American as well. Like I feel like they're just like that.
Yeah.
God, what are my long odds gonna be? I might not even have anything for this. My long odds is that China's heart grew 3 times that day, and they're actually cool with Taiwan.
I think that's a great
Smiley face.
Great long odds. I would love if that happened.
Next one is that the AI bubble will continue to inflate, and the economic crash we're barreling into will result in a lot of people having their jobs replaced by AI. Yeah. I mean, I think that like some labor jobs are going to be safe. Like I feel like my job's a little bit safer unless laws change or the company decides to not do good anymore, which are always things. But like I don't think my job will be replaced by AI. And I feel like a lot of things in this kind of field are safe to a degree.
I would agree that any sort of like trade physical skill is less likely to be replaced. I think anybody sitting at a desk is like, bum, bum, bum. We replaced our HR manager with an AI. Tell it how you feel.
Yeah.
I got like an ad for this dude who's like a life guru or something. And it was him being like, do you want me in your pocket all the time? Like, use my AI.
I don't even know you.
It's me. Yeah. And you're like, why was this like your whole, like, clearly when you're like an influencer like that, your whole brand is kind of the personability. So it's just kind of a wild thing to be like, use me as AI so I can be uninvolved. My long shot for this is going to be that specifically an AI that's built to invest a particular billionaire's money. I'm not saying anybody who, but one of them. To invest his money into will invest his money into shitty stocks, and they'll end up losing a boatload, and then they're gonna be pissed.
My long odds is that nothing changes socially. Like the people who already dislike AI are gonna still dislike AI and say like, see what's happening, and the people who are pro AI are just gonna stick their heads deeper into the dirt and not care. And then boomers on Facebook won't even notice because they already don't notice, and they're sharing. Look, like happy Santa photos where he has like 7 fingers. Come on, Nana.
I was reading something that somebody is predicting that future generations will have a better work-life balance because AI will replace a bunch of things, and that you just will have to work less for the same amount of money. And I was like, what a bold prediction.
Fucking bold. Because like,
yeah, I was like, if the world were a good place, yeah.
Look, as it stands, like when we try to increase people's wages, everything gets more expensive. That's already how it is now. Like you think that laying people off is going to make things cheaper? No.
Well, also just people's aggressive response to any sort of portion of socialism. We're not going to deep dive into it. The best album of 2026 will be by an up-and-coming artist. So my long shot is that Gamage and I will both have never heard of them.
My long odds is that it's just Oat and Freddy.
Yep, fair enough.
or Purple Disco Machine. It'll either be Oat and Freddy or Purple Disco Machine, and those will be my best album of 2026.
Okay.
But I mean, I do like we've never heard of them before because honestly, until the Grammys last year, I hadn't heard of Ray, and all of a sudden she's like my favorite artist, and she might have the best album. I don't want to jinx anything, but I'm jinxing it. Next one. Trump will announce an incredibly important policy change on Truth Social after 12 a.m. Are you talking like on New Year's Day?
No, not necessarily New Year's Day, just like any day after midnight. He's going to announce some like massive policy change that shouldn't be remotely announced on Truth Social. So it's just like late night tweeting. Mine specifically is going to be that it's going to be in regards to the Department of Justice. Gamage says Trump gets AIDS and dies.
I didn't say that. That's illegal to say, Rachel. You said that. Rachel's going to go to jail.
I am a woman and I still have rights as of this current day. But I'm thinking that at midnight on New Year's, Trump will announce that he's already changed the policy that women don't have rights unless their husbands are speaking.
Sure. My long odds are is that this might not even have anything to do with the other thing, is that Trump's going to go to space. He's going to go to space.
Oh, he totally would do that.
He would.
My long odds are that he throws up on his way.
Next.
Actually, no. My long odds are that his little, like, fucking comb over is just floating in the air. It'd be so good. My next prediction is that the Dungeon Crawler Carl TV series will get announced for a 2027 release, but Jeff Hayes will not be the voice of the main characters and people riot, which ultimately results in Jeff Hayes becoming the voice of the main characters.
That's your long odds?
Yeah.
I think that Jeff Hayes would be the voice of Carl and Donut and nobody else. I feel like everybody else is going to get their own voices, even though...
Well, that's what I mean.
Wait, what did you mean?
I said that he isn't the voice of the main characters, Carl and Donut specifically.
Oh, well, my long odds are is that he is going to voice Donut and Carl, but nobody else. Even though I feel like the AI is like him, and also he does Samantha. Like every character is like him, and like the further you listen in, the more I'm going to stop talking about Carl with you, Rachel. I can't do this anymore.
Gamage, it's so fun though, and the more you list characters that he voices really well, the more I'm like, nope, that can't be somebody else.
Katya.
Like, how would the AI be somebody else?
I know. Honestly, it is kind of hard to go back and read the first one because like that one is completely different AI until you realize that like the AI grows over time, and I feel like going from the first book to the second book makes a lot of sense with that in mind. I don't think that's actually what happened with his voicing it, but that's just how it feels to me.
Yeah, I think that's good. I feel like, and I'm curious when I restart listening to this at some point, I felt like when you switch from the first book to the second book, he lost his donut voice a little bit.
I think that...
And I'm curious if I'm going to clock that again, or if it was just me forgetting.
You will, because like you'll go back and read the first one and be like, oh wow, because like his first Carl is more Patrick Warburton, and it slowly kind of goes away from that. His donut is different too, because I feel like his donut becomes what is, I think, Prepotente. Like early donut is more Prepotente than was donut.
Ooh, okay, I'll have to go back and listen to that with that thought in mind.
Next prediction: the Arrogant TV series picked up by Disney will announce a 2027 release date. I don't care.
My long shot is that Ed Spieleers is going to do a cameo. I want this to come out so bad. Gamage doesn't give a fuck. Gamage thinks it's canceled. I think it's going to get canceled before it even becomes a show. That's actually my long shot.
Well, I already I just wrote that down. You can't declare that as...
No. I just mean genuinely, I think that the project is going to be canceled before they even, like, film a scene. They're just going to be like, no.
Well, I feel like they'll film a little
over.
bit, and then the test audience is going to be so poorly received that Disney's going to be like, we're doing one season, that's it. Canceled after one season.
I mean, it's got to be better than the movie. It's got to be.
Sure, man. I don't know.
My next prediction is that the next season of live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender comes out, and my long shot is that it's a significant improvement to the first season, but the viewership doesn't recover because the first season was so bad that the show just ends up being canceled after this next season.
Oh, was the first season that bad? I thought it was just okay at very maximum.
I was just so disenchanted that I'm to the point where I'm like, I don't even really want to watch the second season.
Well, that's because
it was just so meh.
Well, that's because it's from animated to live action. I feel like you
there
lose a lot of the characteristics.
It was more of the story and like the laziness to, I don't want to say the acting because like it could very much be the writing, but there's just some poor delivery. And I get it. They're child actors, but there's also child actors that fucking win Emmys, man. And we're just like...
Adolescents,
I cannot tell if it is the writing or if it is just like they're all so new that it's hard.
My long shot odds is that it's going to pull an Uno reverse and all of a sudden become better. Because like maybe the first season was just kind of like hard to do with a misstep. I actually don't know how far the first season went in. I completely forgot to watch it. Meh. But maybe with the whole Zuko lone arc, it gets better.
One can only hope.
Where Zuko's kind of on his own. I don't know. Again, I don't know how far the first season goes on.
I don't even remember, to be perfectly honest. I don't even know if I finished it.
I feel like One Piece season 2 is not going to do great. Like I feel like that's how I feel about Avatar as you do is the live action One Piece. One Piece live action got a lot of people into it that didn't know it before. And
yeah,
I thought it was kind of okay.
I thought it was a shockingly good anime live action adaptation. Like for that specific slot of films.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, you actually did a decent job.
I feel like number 2's just kind of missed the mark though, is how.
I think that's a good prediction.
And the last one, there will be an episode where Rachel is funnier than Gamage.
And my long shot odds are that it's only because Gamage is super ill.
Look, that's already happened a couple times. There's definitely some episodes where like I'm like flat because I'm having a bad day because we only record on Tuesdays, and Tuesdays are my worst day of the week. Every time we record Monday, bam, it's fire. But there's definitely been some episodes where like I'm Monday. Like meh.
Yeah.
But there's definitely episodes where I'm like meh. Also, humor is subjective. Like my mom tells me all the time how funny you are, and I think that she listens to this show because of your jokes.
I do well with the middle-aged woman crowd.
Really though? Really though? Like I think that both of our humors works to different crowds, and that's where we come together.
Because I'm sure shit not making the youths laugh.
Those are our predictions. Are they going to come true? Probably not.
Who's to say?
Bonus points if none of these come true. Like if it comes down to 2020.
Not a single one. Oh, that'd be crazy.
I mean, we have them written down. We'll come back to it. So
yeah, some of these have to. We'll see. I'm hyped.
A meteor hits tomorrow, and none of
all of us die. None of it happens. That's been this podcast, and then we'll start our next podcast called "We Have New Tunes at Home."
I mean, it's just a part of this podcast, and a lot of the times they're not even new. It's just shit that I've been listening to.
They're mini-sodes within the end of the podcast.
Sure, mini-sodes. We'll go with mini-sodes. It's a mini-sode.
This is our new mini-sode. We have new tunes at home. The concept of calling it a mini-sode is new. The concept of we have new tunes at home is not. Gamage, what have you been listening to this week?
Well, I talked about a band too much last week, not to make them an official recommendation. So this week, I'm demanding that you listen to Viagra Boys by Viagra Boys. The second Swedish punk album from 2025 that I'm recommending, which is weird that it happened twice, but whatever. Of course, you should listen to the full album, which has a broad range of like jazz music to Butthole Surfers style music. It's a zany album, but if you're pressed for time, I would start with their biggest song, The Bog Body, which has an amazing music video that features flapping shriveled zombie boobs. It's a good time. Okay. But my 3 favorite songs off of the album are going to be Dirty Boys, Medicine for Horses, and River King, which are 3 distinctly different sounds to get a good idea of their range. River King alone is such an incredible experience that almost feels like a lounge cover of a Radiohead song, if that makes sense. Like, if you didn't already listen based on how often I kept wanting to talk about them last week, this is your sign. The album was near the top of a very long list of albums that almost made it to my top. But, like, again, 2% of a difference between, like, this and the next.
Good suggestion. Can you repeat the title and songs real quick?
It is the album Viagra Boys by Viagra Boys.
Mm-hmm.
And technically 4 songs. You should just listen to The Bog Body because you will anyway. It's their most streamed song. But my 3 favorites were Dirty Boys, Medicine for Horses, and River King. I mean, I'm going to write them down. You know that.
Yeah. Okay, my suggestion for the week is going to be Noga Erez just put out a new song.
Who? Sorry, who?
Noga Erez. We talked about her at some point earlier this year, and I think both liked her, if I recall correctly. But she put out a song on the 18th and it is called Bubbling, all caps. So that's my recommendation for the week.
That was pretty short.
Yeah, it's not nearly as thoughtful as yours. Also, I only had one song to suggest because I've
Mine was
suggested her
not
other music
thoughtful.
before. So I was keeping it short and simple. Thank you for listening. If you liked what you heard or you just fucking hate us, please like and subscribe on whatever your most favorite podcasting place is. If you want us to talk about a thing, you can email us at whtpah@gmail.com. That's @gmail.com. You can also follow us on Instagram at We Have That Podcast at Home, all one giant long word. Or you can follow us on WHTPAH on Blue Sky. And I forgot that we're doing a wheel. Because when the fuck was the last time we've been doing this was months ago. I know it's technically last week, but you get what I mean.
Bah.
So now we will be spinning a wheel to tackle the illustrious and the fine art of... It's comedy, bitch.
Oh,
I've been off-brand Rachel.
God, I get to phone it in so hard. Oh, also,
good?
I've been on brand damage.
And this has been We Have That Podcast at Home.
Welcome to 2026, bitch.